All right, joined in studio by a very special guest this morning. We say hello to Vanessa Whiteside. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course.
I wanted to have you in because you have a book that I want to learn more about. It's called 100 Things to Do in Wichita Before You Die. First of all, congratulations on the book because it's something I've always wanted to do, write a book, but I just don't even know where to begin, and I can appreciate the undertaking that it is.
Well, thank you very much. You just start with a list.
Okay.
And then you start brainstorming.
Okay.
Before you know it, you have copy.
Okay.
And then what do you know? You have pictures and it's a book.
Okay. Did you commit to writing a certain number of pages a day or committing a certain number of amount of time to it a day? I mean, you had to be pretty intentional about it, I would think.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So you look at your end deadline.
Okay.
And then you make benchmark deadlines.
Okay.
And you kind of work backwards from there. So
Okay.
you know, like every week I've got to kick out this much.
So it's almost as a reader going to the back of the book to see how it finishes first.
A little bit.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
So you've also got your own blog, onedelightfullife.com.
That's me.
I love it. So you're very busy. You're Wichita born and bred. Where'd you go to school?
Oh, well, a few elementary schools.
Okay.
Wichita Southeast.
Okay.
Started at Wichita State.
Yep.
Graduated from there.
And they just can't get rid of you.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around as long as
Have you
the
ever
city will
moved
have me.
away or you've just always been here?
You know, I did move away twice.
Okay.
But like a lot of Wichitans, I came right back.
Yeah.
And this last time, I mean, good luck getting me to leave because I love it here.
I don't want you to go anywhere. Now, I am getting ready. At the end of this week, I'll be celebrating 8 years here in Wichita since I came to Wichita. And I love learning more and more about the city. And you like to learn something every day about anything, really. But when I first moved here, I asked several of the locals, quite a few of the locals I would run into. I'd ask, hey, what's to do around Wichita? And unfortunately, I got a lot of responses. Oh, there's nothing to do here. And they were kind of grouchy. And I'm like, really? I find that hard to believe. Now, having spent 8 years here, it's you're just not trying hard enough. There's plenty to do, right?
Exactly. Let's flip the narrative
Right.
and let's ask what is there not to do in the city? Because there's more than enough.
Right.
So leave your house, look at the city with a new set of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the corner, go on the backside of a building, look at murals, go inside places, ask questions, and before you know it, you're like, whoa, I didn't even know all this was here.
Yep. We had one employee start last week. She's working for our rock station here in the building, and she was going to spend her first weekend kind of looking around, and her goal was to find a lot of the mini keepers that are decorated and sitting around, which is a great, fun scavenger hunt to do. So I sent her in the direction of one near a dog park because I knew she had a dog, and she was all excited about that. But if you wanted to do a little scavenger hunt like that, you could. I mean, there's chickens, there's murals, there's horses, there's all sorts of great architecture, right?
Absolutely. Just, even just go down to the river and go to all the museums in a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's more than enough to do. In fact, some of them, like the Wichita Art Museum, it's free on Saturdays. So what's your excuse?
I love the Wichita Art Museum and the Friends of the Museum book in a bag sale they typically do, which is a great way to kind of add to your library, right?
Stock up.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, so let's learn a little bit more. So let's say you are traveling for business away from Wichita, and you run into someone who's really never heard of Wichita or they're not familiar with Wichita. What's the first thing? What's your go-to when you tell them about your fair city?
I always say that our city is like a mid-sized city with a small town feel.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you're going to find more than enough to do, and I'll probably list off like my top 10, which are in the book. So get the book.
Yes, I get the book. 100%.
And then I'll tell them some tidbits about some of those, and before you know it, they're like, okay, I need to go. Like, I need to stop flying over. I need to stop driving by.
Yes.
And just pull over.
Pull in and visit with us here in Wichita. Why is it called the Magic City? Can you tell me that?
So from what I understand from visiting the Wichita Sedgwick County Historical Museum, you can find this exhibit on, I believe it's the second or third floor, is that as soon as you walk in, it says Wichita was the Magic City. And my reading shows that it was just during a time of great opportunity, lots of entrepreneurship. The downtown area was booming. If you wanted to have a business, this was the place to get a good start. So there was a little bit of magic going on, a little essence of entrepreneurship.
Had nothing to do with being capable of pulling a rabbit out of a hat or card tricks or anything.
No.
Because they just had that. They just had a great magic show, that dad magic show up in Hutch, and I don't know, maybe I. So is there something... And I'm gonna challenge you. You can't say Joyland. Is there something no longer here in Wichita that you wish was still around?
A little bit. I'm a little nostalgic.
Okay.
So people that knew me back in the day knew that I like to play a lot of pool, billiards.
Okay.
Every time I drive by that building, Copper Q on Seneca, I really need it to be back.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of good memories in there. I know that's like so old school, but
it's great. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah,
I mean, because the city is always changing and always evolving.
Absolutely. Let's do something with that dilapidated building. It's right there in the shadow of Riverfront Stadium and the historic Delano, which, as we know, it's just like booming right now.
Someone has to be thinking of something to do with that.
If someone's listening,
yes,
let's make this happen.
Yeah, 100%. Your book, 100 Things to Do in Wichita Before You Die, obviously lists a lot of great things that are here. Do you have let's say, a top 3 list of things you'd like to see in Wichita that aren't here yet? I mean, you can pick skyline additions, you can pick restaurants, whatever. What do you got?
So, if you've been to Tulsa and you've been to the Gathering Place, it's an extraordinary outdoor, I don't even know what to call it, a park.
Okay.
And it has something for everybody. So it has manicured trails. It has an area for dogs. Food trucks gather there. It's pretty massive.
Okay.
So I'd like to see some more outdoor complexes.
Okay.
There's rumor that we're getting a pickleplex where you can go play pickleball in town. So, more things like that, I think would be really great.
I got excited when you said pickleplex because I love myself a good dill pickle, and realized the minute you said play pickle, I'm like, it's not that, not that kind of pickle.
No. Different.
Nuts. Well, look, I can dream, can I?
Absolutely.
It is the Magic City. Right. Maybe someday someone will open a pickleplex where I can go get every manner of pickle imaginable.
And I'd love to see a massive water park. You just asked me about places I missed. If there's listeners that remember Fantasy,
okay,
I want something like that back.
Yeah, water parks are always a ton of fun. So the book is 100 Things to Do in Wichita Before You Die. You have a lot of book signings coming up. Where can I get the full list? Like if someone wants to catch up with you?
Sure. Yeah, go to Facebook and go follow 100 Things Wichita's Facebook page.
Okay.
And at the top, you'll see that events tab. Just click on it.
I love it. Will there be a follow-up book?
Have you thought?
Yeah,
come on, guys. Let's sell lots of books, and then I'll write a follow-up.
Yeah, is this your first? This is your first book?
First one.
So, and it's been overall a pretty great experience, right?
I'm having a blast.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, I hope this isn't the first and last. I hope you do supplement this with many more additions. Something that we didn't know about Wichita. Maybe for someone like me who likes the paranormal stuff, maybe you can do haunted stuff around Wichita. Anyway, listen, Vanessa, it was great chatting with you. I'm excited for you for this book. Go find Vanessa. Go buy the book. I guess we should finish off by saying, where can we get the book? Pretty much everywhere we buy books?
Where books are sold at readypress.com.
Okay, very good. Vanessa, thanks so much. Continued success.